Are artificial sweeteners actually helpful, or are they really culprits that are making you not lose weight as effectively as you should? Was switching to Coke Zero a terrible idea? Let's find out. I'm Mike, I'm a fat guy who's trying to not be fat anymore by making lifestyle changes. We all know that artificial sweeteners have become very popular as an alternate to sugar, mainly because they provide sweetness without the calories. But what exactly are artificial sweeteners, and do they really cause weight gain? Artificial sweeteners are low calorie to zero calorie, again, sugar substitutes that are commonly used in various food and beverage products. These offer a sweet taste without contributing, like I said, a significant number of calories to your diet. And on the surface, so for somebody like me who's on a fat loss journey, that sounds great. That means I still get foods that taste good without really adding calories to what I'm already trying to have a calorie deficit, so I'm trying to keep those calories low. So that's a big plus if you're on a weight loss journey. And some of the common artificial sweeteners that I've come across are, number one, aspartame, which aspartame, it was, I feel like, really popular as like this terrible thing when I was in high school. People were like, oh, aspartame is actually one of the most terrible whatever artificial sweeteners there are. But let's talk about what it is, and is it really that bad for you? So aspartame is one of the most, like I said, widely used artificial sweeteners, and it's usually found in diet sodas like Coke Zero and sugar-free gum, and really like pretty much all of this, I think all sodas for the most part, unless it's one of those like stevia or stevia, brand sodas. For the most part, I think almost all sodas that I've come across are aspartame flavored with, that as this artificial sweetener. The next one up is actually called stevia, which I think that's how you pronounce it. It just actually comes from leaves naturally, and it's known as being, again, one of the natural zero-calorie sweeteners that we have. And you can actually find it in various food and beverages, which are pretty commonly marked as stevia sweetened, because people tend to, I think, probably pay more for the stevia sweetened versus the aspartame sweetened because it's natural and people think that that's better for you. You can even buy stevia for yourself off the shelf, at Walmart or different stores in the little packets that you can put in, lemonade or coffee or whatever. So stevia is pretty great for just an easy over-the-counter, thing that you can add to your own at-home beverages to make them taste better. The next one up that I found was erythritol. Again, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm terrible with pronouncing stuff, but this one is actually a sugar alcohol that provides sweetness without calories. Again, think of sugar-free candies, chewing gums, and baked goods. I wonder if it's erythritol that's in the sugar-free gummy bears. If you've seen the sugar-free gummy bear reviews, they're pretty hilarious. I have a personal story I could add to that whole gummy bear review thing, but yeah, sugar-free gummy bears, they will mess you up. So those are the most common artificial sweeteners that I've come across, and really, I think they're very helpful in nature when it comes to, as an alternative to sugar. But let's address the whole idea of this weight gain myth surrounding artificial sweeteners that has been bizarrely picking up quite a bit of steam recently. So contrary to popular belief, scientific evidence does not support the direct link between artificial sweeteners and weight gain. I mean, come on, they're 0 calories. So I'm not sure what everybody was expecting with this one. Maybe it's this culture of lack of accountability nowadays that people are looking for something to point the finger at rather than themselves, but whatever. Studies have not shown that there's any calories or any reason that you would be contributing to your weight gain from an artificial sweetener. More specifically, there's a comprehensive study that was published in the International Journal of Obesity in 2019, and it was conducted that artificial sweeteners can be an effective tool for actually weight management when used in moderation. The key word there, like I said, is moderation. Like with any food or ingredient, moderation is key when it comes to consuming artificial sweeteners. Incorporating them as part of a balanced diet can be satisfying to your sweet tooth without significantly impacting your caloric intake. And there are a lot of studies that have shown consistently that artificial sweeteners can be safely consumed without causing any weight gain or, really any other adverse effect when used in moderation. And really, it's like I said, I keep saying that word moderation because there are some studies where I believe they pumped lab rats full of 2,000% more than anyone could actually consume, and yeah, they developed some sort of cancerous cell. But I think it's important, again, to understand moderation and realism with a lot of these studies. And if you have a study that you have found that artificial sweeteners are not healthy and do cause cancer, like everybody seems to say and believe that they do, definitely share it in a comment down below. I would love to see it. I didn't really find that in my research of this video, which made me think that why do artificial sweeteners have such a bad rap when it comes to just, I think, the general public? People think that they're these terrible things. Me personally, I drink diet soda, I drink stevia, I put stevia in my coffee, and so there might be some negative health health aspects to that if you go crazy with it, but for the most part, I haven't seen anything to sway me otherwise. And along with this claim that I think it's okay to have artificial sweeteners, there is another study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2017 that concluded that the use of artificial sweeteners within acceptable daily intake levels are absolutely safe for the general population. While artificial sweeteners are generally considered to be safe, excessive consumption of really anything may have some potential concerns or side effects. It's important to be mindful of overall intake and listen to your body. Like I said, this one makes me think of, again, the sugar-free gummy bears. If you go crazy with those sugar-free gummy bears, you will have a reaction. Quick note, so I asked you to comment if you know of any studies that really talk about how artificial sweeteners are terrible, which some people think they are. Comment that, but also comment if you know what I'm talking about with this whole sugar-free gummy bear thing. Yeah, it's, like I said, it's a real thing. Google it. So, to answer the question, no, artificial sweeteners aren't the reason that you're not losing weight. The most important factor here is really still that caloric deficit that we talked about and making sure that you are burning more energy than you are consuming. Artificial sweeteners can be a helpful tool for managing calorie intake and satisfying, like I said, that sweet tooth craving. But remember, prioritize overall balance and sustainability with your approach at nutrition. And remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And we're not looking for just that one fix that's going to change things, that we're making lifestyle changes to improve our health and ideally lose fat if you're someone like me who was severely obese when they started their weight loss journey.